All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try one more group of that Norma Match first here, since I already have the barrel fouled up with that stuff. And let's see if perhaps we can reproduce that group, or at least reproduce a more consistent group. Then we drop one low. I don't get it. Is that 10? Nope, one more. One more. Oh, come on. I tell you, that's really not bad. And I don't think this stuff is overly expensive either. Wow, Norma Match 22, so that stuff there. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and run one more group of the precision bench rest. And the only reason I'm running another group of this is that I have had previously good scores out of the IABS targets with this stuff. However, like I mentioned in video 1, that really does not really carry over with shooting out the distance. So that's the thing with rimfire in general, is you can have something that's really consistent at 50 yards, you move it out to 100, 150, you know, your environmentals start to play a really big role in how well that ammunition is going to do, even out just another 50 yards when you're dealing with 22. So pretty crazy. But let's try 5 of these and see what happens, or 10, excuse me. And I'm just going to run them as they are, just for the sake of time here. Oh. There we go. Only downfall to these Mark IIs is their magazines. And I'm holding a little high too in that one. Holding way high on that one. But I tell you, it's not doing bad. So we got one more yet. The precision bench rest is at least holding the group. Just need to get that more into the 10th ring. But I am going to run a couple of Fowlers with this Lapua. I cannot tell you how much it is actually, it's making my stomach hurt even putting these rounds in this magazine. But I do want a baseline against some of the other rounds that we have fired. So the only way I can do that is running another group of this and seeing what happens with it. But I'm going to get a 0 here real quick, run a couple of these Fowlers. Off camera. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and come down 2 clicks. And let's go ahead and we're going to load up 10. That's going to be an expensive practice target. But you know, the thing is, and I just got stung by something, is that, you know, what good is one of these rifles if you can't shoot it? And I mean, yeah, I could just run some CCI standard velocity through it. I got a ton of that stuff, but you know, you're trying for at least coming close to matching the performance of that there. And I don't know, I mean, it all really boils down to trying to score that 100 whenever we're doing these matches. But I don't know, kind of just rambling and thinking all at the same time here. So this is definitely going to be some raw footage, guys, but some real world test and tune pretty much. But let's try 10 of these and see. Pretty good so far. It just loves this ammo. Golly. 100 yards, guys. Man. Oh, we got 2 more. Two more. Last one. Yeah, so again, that's what was $25 a box 22LR ammunition out of a $300 setup, and if I'm not mistaken, that should be 100. So golly, yeah, definitely some raw footage, guys. But let me run down. I'm gonna get our targets, I'll get a few scores put on them, and then we'll get some final thoughts. Okay, so I got our targets, and to kind of give a little backstory on this, because I think I'm going to post this as its own standalone video. So my rifle, my Mark II here that I've had on the channel, as you all know, my favorite load to shoot out of that is the Midas Plus from Lapua. But I have heard from an extremely reliable source here locally that he heard from Lapua that they are not going to be importing any more ammunition for the next calendar year. So with that being said, I only have I have less than 200 rounds of this left. So it hurts me to even shoot any of it. However, I wanted to give kind of a basis on what I was trying to accomplish, because I have been testing ammunitions out the you-know-what to try and get something at least closely mimics the performance of this Midas Plus. And I have tried SK Long Range Match. I have tried Eley Semi-Auto Bench Rest, which you guys just seen. Wolf Match Target. Wolf Match Extra. We've got Eley Match. We've got Eley Target. We've got SK Rifle Match. Let's see. And then the Norma Match, which I do apologize, some of my targets earlier today got a little wet, so I'm trying to, and I wasn't even able to write a score on them because it's like tissue paper now. But the Norma Match, after I got it dialed in, actually didn't do too bad. But that's kind of where I'm at with it. What good's a rifle if you can't shoot it and train with it? And that's, it sucks. But I did find some of this stuff online on Gunbroker, and it's like $600 a brick. So there's no way in the world I can afford to shoot that. So I'm just going to kind of have to, conserve this what I can, and hopefully find something that mimics very closely to that performance. But the two loads out of all this testing that I have had the best luck with out of my FVSR is going to be this Eley Semi-Auto Precision Bench Rest, which you can see that here. So this is one I just shot, a 94 3X. That 8, that definitely could have been me. This load has been shooting 95 and 96s, so definitely not good enough to beat the most of the higher end rifles, but still makes it at least competitive. And let's see here. I did have, let me see where my other target is with that one there. So here's Semi-Auto Bench Rest, and I did shoot a 97 with that. So I mean, it's applicable. And you can actually get this. My local guy actually still keeps this. It's about $12 a box, so extremely affordable. Then I also did some of the Wolf Match Target. It didn't do bad. Let me see if I can find that target. So Wolf Match Target. I just didn't like the extreme spread of the grip. I mean, it shot okay to get a decent enough score, but that's not going to cut it. So kind of threw that one off to the side. And I also found some of this Norma Match. Now this stuff, from what I remember, is relatively inexpensive, and I shot in the video just now, which you guys watched, a 99 3X. I will take that any day of the week. That is extremely competitive. I could have absolutely had that shot there, right there, and then that would have been a 100 3X. Would have been more than competitive with this rifle. Again, guys, if you've watched this channel, I have roughly $300 in the barreled action of this rifle. So I got the FVSR on Black Friday, and Savage had a coupon, an online coupon that you could rebate. So I got 25 bucks off. So I gave like $175 for the rifle originally, and then I got the Pro Varmint stock Boyd's. I got it on Black Friday, and I think I gave like it's like $129 or something like that. So now, granted, I'm not talking about the base, the rings, and the scope. The Titan from Element, that's pretty expensive, but otherwise, just the barreled action rifle itself, extremely affordable. It punches way above its weight. This thing has got me quite a few wins out of different matches against some very expensive rifles. So I know it can hold its own, provided it gets an ammunition that it likes. And then finally, just to kind of give a standard of measure from these loads here, this, and you guys seen it on camera, this is what it does with Midas Plus, and this was at 100 yards. So 107X, I mean, it just punches it. And I mean, and this rifle doesn't cost hardly nothing. Now, granted, this one very well could have been hand fitted by Christ himself. I do not know. I have not bedded this stock. The only thing I did whenever I first got it was I did go ahead and run some tests with the Midas Plus on action screw torque. I just barely have the front action screw hand tight, and then I have the rear screw tightened down to about 12 inch-pounds. And for whatever the reason, it really, really likes that. And as you can see, it does what it's supposed to. So This is kind of going out to Hasbro and Chad over at Kentuckiana Rimfire. They're coming up for the annual Rimfire match here at the Hyde, so I hope to get some footage on that. But if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Rimfire always has been and will continue to be one of my favorite things to do here at the Hyde. I just wish it got more views. But nonetheless, appreciate you all watching, and I cannot get to 1 million subs without your help. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please help a guy out. Just an old country boy back here in the woods shooting. Just hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. As always, shoot straight. Later.